Forget those Tic Tacs. They aren't powerful enough. You gotta reach for Mentos.
Mentos, the fresh maker.
Yep, we got a zombie apocalypse on our hands. Enter the Scouts, whose code is to live courageously, help others when they can, defend when they must, and sneak into strip clubs when the bouncer is gone. I know she's a zombie, but man, does she look good. It's been so long since I've been to a strip club. Hold on a minute here, guys. Now that I got that on my system, where were we? I know Scouts isn't quite as popular as it used to be, but parents should know they teach your kids important life skills. Like how to fix a hottie's bag, how to use aerosol cans to set people on fire, how to tie a bunch of condoms together to reach far things so you can escape a zombie-infested prison, and finally, how to make weapons out of household items. Man, Scouts is a lot cooler than when I was in it years ago. Scout's Guide to the Zombie Apocalypse has a little bit for every zombie lover. Zombie deer, super cute zombie cats, here kitty kitty, my personal fave, zombie titties. Oh wait, I'm being told by the YouTube censors I'm not allowed to show titties, zombie or otherwise. What a jip. Oh yeah, there's also the first and last instance of a zombie ever singing Britney Spears too.
And I must confess, I still believe.
Hey, that's how I kiss girls too. I'm so lonely. Welcome to Dance of the Dead, the world's best and only prom zomcom. Oh jeez. The old nuclear power plant by the graveyard routine, eh? That must be why this guy's job sucks so bad. Hey, I wonder if he gets benefits. Anyway, we'll get back to the zombies later. Let's meet our stereotypical teen movie cast first. We have stoner band kids, overbearing student council girl, uber dorks, hot cheerleader, less dorky guy who likes cheerleader, underachiever smartass, and in a pleasant deviation from the norm, way too into wrestling guy. The uber dorks have decided not to go to the prom and are instead doing a paranormal investigation at the cemetery. Not like they can get a date anyway. And for the first time ever in a paranormal investigation, they actually found something! I'm talking to you, ghost hunters. F*** you! One can only assume that these zombies are pissed off because they weren't asked to the prom, and the only way they can overcome their sadness is by eating human flesh. Only way too into wrestling guy seems to be completely in his element. I've always heard of putting your foot in your mouth, but this is just freaking ridiculous. You'd better run, bitch! The group finally meets up in a mortuary. Probably not the best place to be when the dead are rising. They end up fighting free and realize the last thing for them to do is to go to the prom and save their classmates. Forget save the cheerleader to save the world. This cheerleader don't need no help to save the day. Man, all those practices are really starting to pay off. Look at her go. Cheer-tastic. On their way to the school, the group meets up with the high school coach, who incidentally has a garage full of weaponry. Sweet! Wouldn't want to show up to prom without some party favors. Now these guys look totally prepared for anything that comes. I mean, how bad can it be? A bunch of drunk, unprepared teenagers grinding up on each other during a zombie outbreak? It should be fine. Or they are way too late and everybody's a zombie. There could be some survivors, and I'm sure they can find a way out of this. Maybe? Welcome to Cuba's own Juan of the Dead. This one is in Spanish, so you might need to do some reading, but it's definitely worth it. The Cuban government is telling their people that a flu-like virus is going around, but to stay strong, they will overcome it like all their other struggles. I don't know about you, but I've never heard of a flu that will turn you into a bloodthirsty maniac, but I mean, the Cuban government wouldn't allow their people, would they? Apparently this flu has healing powers, because this old guy hasn't walked in 15 years! No, Juan and his friends know it's got to be something else. It's vampires! Strange, repeated stickings didn't work. Oh, silly us, this is clearly a demonic possession! The power of Christ compels you! Well, that exorcism did the trick. The official stories of the zombies are actually just dissidents being encouraged by the US to overthrow the government. Oh, Cuba. Also, everything is completely okay and go about your daily lives as if nothing's wrong at all. Man, I really hope that's not what okay looks like in Cuba. Things went to shit real fast. Not even the ocean is safe from the dissident zombie menace. I think I'd be throwing that one back. Oh, please have a shark, please have a shark! Aw, what a rip-off, a zombie didn't even fight it! Our hero Juan comes up with an ingenious money-making idea. Zombie hunters for hire! One of the dead! We kill your family! How can I help you? How has nobody else ever thought of that before? I would definitely hire these guys. They clearly have the skills and it'd be worth every penny to have them kill my hated zombie Aunt Susan. Stop pitching my cheeks every time I see you! I'm 33, you crazy bitch! Sorry about that. Unresolved family issues, you understand. I mean, of course the director wouldn't want us to forget about Cuban baseball prowess. And why not throw in a little battle? Ole! It seems like literally every person in Cuba came out to support this movie, and they should be proud they did, because Cuba, you done good. Next up on today's list is the pretty much what you would expect, Zombievers. I want to thank Sean White and YouTuber Frostburns for recommending it to me. Welcome to Ashwood, population 4,080, and soon to be a bunch of unhappy college kids. This whole mess might have been averted if this guy wasn't driving and using a cell phone. Ever heard of load securement? Jerks! Is that even a UN-approved drum? Man, hazardous waste companies always hire the most irresponsible people in movies. I hope that's not the case in real life. Ugh. Now it's time to meet our stars. These girls' butts! Over and over and over again. Seriously, I had to cut some out. It's like non-stop in this movie. Just when you start to think the whole budget was spent on scantily clad women, the main protagonist enters. The aforementioned Zombievers. These aren't your average cute cuddly beavers. Oh no, Zombievers are out for blood. And no matter how hard you try, they just won't die. Hey, I didn't know beavers were cannibals. It's going great for her. Beaver.
Can we please stop with the beaver jokes?
Man, I hate myself right now. Not only do you have sharp teeth to contend with, but these beavers have brains too. They blocked the only road out of town, bit through the telephone wires, and there's no cell phone coverage. No! Just when you thought it was safe to go in the water, you realized you were totally f***ing wrong! They just bit that guy's foot off! Their only chance at escape is to sacrifice one of their own. Swim, little guy, swim! And yeah, he totally made it. Oh, f*** off, there's zombie bears too, come on! And last up, we have Fido. Oh, the 50s. The time of black and white public service announcements and white picket fences. A simpler time when mom was wearing an apron and baking in the kitchen, and husband was met at the door with a stiff drink and a smile. Mom would bring some fresh lemonade for the boys working on the car. Only one of the boys is a zombie Billy Connolly. And how did this happen, one might ask? Tell him, 1950s announcer guy!
A cloud of radiation engulfed our great planet. Scientists discovered that these space particles cause the reanimation of dead bodies.
But a scientist came up with a collar that makes zombies docile, and now they're a part of everyday society. Yup, they are doing pretty much every menial task imaginable. If this was our politically correct modern society, you know some bleeding heart would be worried about zombie rights.
Oh, won't somebody please think of it?
Zombies! Timmy Robinson's family just got their first zombie, and life for him is about to change for the better. No longer does he need to worry about bullies, cause Timmy finally has a friend named Fido. Everything is going great until Fido's collar is damaged and he gives in to his zombie nature. Though his collar is repaired and Timmy does his best to cover it all up, things quickly go from bad to worse. The incident turns into a minor outbreak that needs to be quarantined. Authorities find out that it was Fido and he is taken away. It's all up to you now, Timmy! Though he doesn't have any lines, Billy Connolly really steals the show and makes Fido a must-watch. Wow, smoking is so addictive zombies even still do it. In a world filled with the undead, never forget who the real threat is. The elderly!
Grandpa's fallen and he's getting up.
The elderly. They seem friendly enough, but can you really trust them? No. So don't get caught off guard. Buy the ZomCon Zombie Alert Heart Monitor. When the heart stops, we start.